It was exactly around this time, 4 years ago, that I started my eating disorder. By the very nature of an eating disorder, I cannot state the exact start date of it. However, what I do remember is this. I was currently on a week-long trip in Rome with my Latin class during spring break, and I was eating well. And eating well, I meant eating gelato and rich pasta every single day. So coming back from that Rome trip, I decided to lose some weight. Part of that reason was all that gelato and pasta I indulged on. But the much more bigger reason was I started noticing that I was a bit chubbier than the rest of my friends, but looking back now, just happened to be all stick thin. But for naive 15-year-old Stephanie, these unfamiliar and foreign thoughts overwhelmed me. So I decided to download MyFitnessPal, not knowing any better. For those of you who don't know, MyFitnessPal is an app that tracks your caloric intake so that you can lose weight, maintain weight, or gain weight. Of course, in my scenario, I was using it to lose weight. I opened the app, I put in my current weight, my goal weight, and then being the goody two-shoes girl I was, I religiously followed the 1,200 calories that the app instructed me to eat. And so it became a routine. Half a bagel with no cream cheese for breakfast, a meager salad for lunch entailing a handful of spinach, tomatoes, and cucumbers with no salad dressing, another similarly meager salad for dinner, no drinks except for water, no snacks no matter how hungry I was, no cakes, no desserts, only this and nothing more. I did this for 3 months while running track, or at least attempting to run track. And soon enough, food quickly consumed my life. When I wasn't eating, I was drooling over my next meal. When I was eating, I was constantly thinking I was eating too much. My mind was constantly noisy. Stephanie, why are you eating that? Stephanie, you're so fat. Stephanie, if you're not hungry, you're not doing it right. And my calorie counting became another class for me. I obediently logged and measured and counted every morsel of food I was eating into that MyFitnessPal app. Into MyFitnessPal app. But I'm not here to storytell about my eating disorder. While I do not consider myself fully recovered from my eating disorder, I feel enoughly distanced and detached from it that I can speak of it from a fresh perspective. I've realized how much food is a representation of myself, of ourselves. It's how we view ourselves, whether that's subconsciously or consciously. For me, who was a perfectionist and a type A personality, I wanted one more aspect in my life to control, to perfect. And that perfect meant being skinny, meant restricting my food choices, meant over-exercising, and meant ultimately losing a sense of myself in the process to become a society's perfect. Become society's perfect. Sorry. Society's perfect. But as much as food as a representation of ourselves, whether that's the perfectionist side of us or the more complacent side of ourselves, it's so easy to believe in this modern 21st century culture of what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be that health nut who grazes on kale salad and avocado toast. We're supposed to be that fitness maniac who goes to the gym every single day. We're supposed to be a certain size and apparently live this supposedly healthy lifestyle that ultimately makes us feel unfulfilled and unhappy. Doubting our ability to provide the best for our bodies, we create habits, or more realistically, or more accurately, unrealistic and restrictive rules that we impose on ourselves. We trust the opinions and rules of others to fix our very own bodies. But why? The culture assumes it has the authority to teach us how we're supposed to love ourselves. The media and current slew of weight loss programs teaches us that our habits will eventually allow us to love ourselves. We're supposed to be eating this kale salad every single day, and we're supposed to be eating desserts only when they're made from vegan and all organic ingredients. If we're not, then we're taught that we're not loving ourselves, that we're not taking care of ourselves. However, in reality, I believe that our love reflects our habits. The true order is actually switched. We already love ourselves. We already love ourselves. Our habits do not lead us to feel self-love. No, our already existing self-love forms our habits. We do not eat well to feel self-love. We do not exercise to feel self-love. We are constantly bombarded with fat-free, low-carb, low-calorie food ads. But these ads are simply for us to be in the illusion that by eating these foods, we will ultimately, in some unforeseeable future, love and accept ourselves. But we already do. We already do accept and love ourselves. The fact that you are breathing right now, the fact that you are living right now goes to show how much you do. And once you fully realize and believe that you do indeed already accept yourself, the food you eat simply becomes a reflection of this great love and acceptance of yourself. There is no bad or good food. There is no moralizing involved because you are already enough. You are already enough. You are already loved. By no longer having to quantify our worth, we no longer eat excessively to fill our inner psychological need. Nor do we over-exercise to reach a certain body type built upon elusive happiness. We eat for physical nourishment, and we exercise for the physical strength and vigor. So we eat a kale salad to honor our body's physical needs, but we also eat a hamburger to respond to our body's natural emotional needs. We exercise to give our body the physical movement and strength that it so wants. So we live life not to love ourselves, but we live life to reaffirm this already existing great love for ourselves. I already love myself. You already love yourself. We already love ourselves, and that should be enough. Thank you.